Well. Welcome back. You hear that subtle intro, that like lead line? Ooh, and now we got some hi-hats. Well, you know what that means. It's DickeyTime!
Everybody, it's your boy Jebby. I'm here with X-Rock. Oh, he's back. God dang it.
Please.
God dang it, he's back, everyone.
Why did they get rid of Apu's voice? That's my favorite part of the day, Marge. He did it just for me.
Oh, can you do a Bart Simpson impression? That's a hard one, right?
Yeah, well, because it's just that chick's voice, right? Like,
yeah.
And same with Lisa. They're just like,
this is just kind of how I talk.
That wasn't a bad Lisa for
That's
first
not bad.
attempt.
That's not bad at all.
I don't think I could ever do that again. Mom, you're a bitch.
What is Bart? How do you do Bart? That's a hard one.
I'm probably gonna fuck this.
Cowabunga!
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
Well, I mean, like
that's like generic Rocket Power Kid.
It's a one of a kind voice, you know.
Yeah,
like
it's a hard one to do.
What's another one of a kind voice out there? Like
Bart, your voice sucks. I hate your voice.
I don't think I could do Homer. Like
what about Barney? hey, Homer.
Yo, everyone, we got a cool show tonight. We're just chilling. We just got done watching a movie.
Sure.
We had the fucking boys over. We had a little boy night. You know us.
Sweet.
Boy night.
Boys are back in boys.
Yeah. So we're just big chilling tonight. We're gonna listen to some tunes. We're just gonna talk. We're gonna just keep it natural.
Like,
you know?
Got a few things, a few topics I want to talk about. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, do you want to start talking about the movie we saw, or do you want to work our way into that more naturally?
Yo, I want to talk about this movie. I'm
cool.
still hyped on it.
So to everyone who is listening, this movie we saw is called The Night House. It's currently in theaters still, maybe for not much longer. My local theater just stopped playing it, so we had to go out of the city to see it. This is a movie that I didn't see any hype for it at all. I missed all the trailers for it. I didn't even see any to other movies I saw for this movie. The only reason I found out about it is because I actively search this stuff out and I follow content creators that make like horror content. And they were talking about this movie, and it's made by the director that made The Ritual, which is a really cool movie on Netflix that had a ton of, I think, great and well-deserved feedback. It's a really cool, like, atmospheric slow burn that has a very, you know, like, I love it when horror has a point to it. Like, it's not just get scared. Like, the Conjuring movies aren't really about anything, right? It's just like a scary family, spooky.
Yeah.
But movies like The Lighthouse and The Night House and Hereditary, like those types of films, like, you know, the horror, the scary stuff is a vessel for a deeper point, which provides for wanting to watch it again. And this was one of those movies, like, whereas, for example, like the new Candyman or the new Old, like those were just like okay movies that I'm cool not watching them again because they didn't really entice me in that way. Whereas this movie was like, it was fresh. I had no idea what it was about. I didn't watch any trailers for it. I just heard good things about it. And then we went to go see it, and it was like such a fun experience that I haven't done in a long time, to just watch a movie, no trailer, just, I don't even know what this movie's about. Like, let's just check it out. I heard good things.
You didn't watch the trailer for it?
No, I just wanted to see it because it had great reviews from people that I follow.
Dude, I was very 50-50 on it. I watched the trailer in theaters, and I was like, yeah, this movie is either going to slap, it's going to have that same energy that every A24 movie that I love, you know, brings to the table, but yeah, no, I'm very happy that, you know, after watching it.
Super unique.
Yeah, it's definitely like its own movie, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I feel like, yeah, it kind of does fall into the vein of like, that like eclectic fucking A24 genre in regards to like horror, I should say.
Right. Which is cool because it's like getting the more I think people are like realizing that abstract works well with horror. Like, the uncanny valley thing of you can be extra spooky by being
Extra.
by being subtle, and like creative with your scares. Like this movie had a lot of creative scares. Like I'm not a fan of jump scares because I think it usually inhibits or like enables directors and studios to like put that and force that into movies. This movie had some cool scares throughout. Jump, not jump, like suspense and like anxiousness just in general. I haven't felt this like on edge watching a horror movie in a minute, which is really cool. Just like genuinely not knowing what the next step was going to be.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really cool change of pace, honestly. Like usually you can play the guessing game with these horror movies nowadays and just figure it out. Like, oh, I got it. And like some of the themes might, be like feel ham-fisted a little, but I think that that's necessary for like a movie experience, like going to the theater. I think it's necessary for these types of movies to, if they're complex and kind of like avant-garde in that way, to have a noble, like, hey, this is what this is, for people that aren't into the Hereditary ending where it's like, do your homework, like you're gonna have to watch this movie 8 times to really, and also Google what payment is to figure out what this is. Whereas this, you don't need to know anything, but it'll probably be cool if you look into like the book and stuff, like what you were talking about after we left that movie, the name of the book and the thing he wrote down or whatever. That thing. That's so funny. It popped up right when I was talking about it.
Yeah, no, I just looked into that, but I'm not gonna get into it.
Yeah,
I don't wanna spoil
we don't like to
anything.
spoil things for the movies so far.
Yeah, but what were you feeling rating wise on this movie?
Like a high 8, close to 9. I don't, not quite a 9, and maybe a 9. If you voted a 9, who cares? I think it's deserving of a 9.
Yeah.
I just find myself, because I watch so many movies, I like to on the first watch not go all crazy and like, this is fucking masterpiece. Like I want to watch it a couple times and be like, really feel how, if I got everything personally. So I think an 8.5 is a great rating for a film that's nobody's heard of and is a second film to a director. Like, it's a really cool experience, honestly.
Going back to what you said just now, would you rewatch, you think, or?
Absolutely, yeah. It's definitely got slow burn moments. And thinking back about it now, like initially I was kind of like, this could be like boring potentially, but the more I think about how I felt during those moments, I was anxious and not really bored, which is kind of how I felt during like The Blackcoat's Daughter when I watched that movie, and I really liked that movie. And it had a similar type of tension where you really feel like uncomfortable the longer the shots go on, and not because at the end of it there's a jump scare. It's just because of what the protagonist is witnessing and like her state of mind, like being in that situation alone would be, it'd be fucking nerve-wracking.
Yeah. And going back to the jump scares, I really want to reinforce this. I felt like it was so appropriately placed.
I never compliment jump
uniquely.
scares, man.
Yeah, I agree.
This
right?
one had cool ones.
Yeah,
they were earned. Like the character was jumped. I feel like that's why. Like it wasn't just like loud noise, gotcha, pussy. It was.
You're right.
Like the character's stress was, what's the word? Exacerbated because of the jump scares, which I felt added to the experience of like what you kind of feel what she's feeling in that type of way. Yeah, very thoughtful director, I would say. I feel like this person puts a lot of effort into making sure that like the casting makes sense. Like every time that this there's only been 2 obviously, but like the roles for the characters I felt have been so good. Like whoever's casting these movies, this one and The Ritual, just nailed it. Like the lead actress has such a good way of facial acting, like you were saying. I think you were saying something about that. Like she carried so much weight in her look, her just vacant stare, and just how much feeling she's hiding behind her. It's like the Toni Collette type of experience from Hereditary. It's really good. I thought she did a terrific job, and I really felt like she was a real, person dealing with these problems.
Yeah, I think this is the first movie I've seen her in. She kind of looks like Donna from that 70s show. A little bit, like a hotter Donna.
Like the part and stuff. Yeah. Behind the ear part. Yeah, I could see that. That's funny.
Yeah, no, I felt right I felt like amped after watching that movie. I haven't felt like so like jazzed about a movie.
Dude,
well,
the
horror.
the visuals, bro.
Yeah.
Those were unique. That was cool. Like the
There's some
ending,
serious nightmare fuel in here,
I
homie.
definitely won't spoil anything, but there's something towards the end that happens where like there was a good 5 minutes where I just like stopped breathing and just was staring at like really just in the moment.
My
of the movie
mouth
of,
was
like,
agape.
Yeah, genuinely just
Yeah.
like, whoa, this is
Yeah.
actually pretty like ethereal. Yeah, definitely would highly recommend watching this, especially while it's still in theaters for as probably short amount of time as it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's been out. It's been out for like over a week now, right? Something like that. Yeah, yeah. These
least.
types of movies don't stay around anywhere as long as like any Marvel
Yeah,
movie.
if they don't
so.
have the studio love to promote the fuck out of the movie, like it's just, you know, like this movie's never gonna be as good as the Halloween in sales, and Halloween's a fucking tired genre in my opinion.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the next one.
franchise, rather,
we're going
not
to be going
genre.
down, right? We're going to be checking out. The
Yeah,
new
we
Halloween.
got to check it out. Obviously.
We have to. Yeah.
My expectations are incredibly low.
yeah.
And I enjoyed the Halloween remake, the 2018 one. I thought it was fun and cool and entertaining. But
Oh, yeah.
the fact that there was 2 sequels greenlit right after that one came out. It's just all it does when there's like guaranteed sequels. It's like, okay, so this is more about money than it is actually like making a cool film. And Michael Myers is not going to be in any danger and is probably going to get more stupid. Like the whole reason that they undid the lore was because the Cult of Thorn thing was like, people didn't like that. They were like, I don't want a reason for Michael Myers to be evil. And now the new one, he's got like have you seen the trailers for the new one?
Yeah.
He gets like EXP when he kills people. They were like, he's getting stronger.
Yeah, keep in
What are you
mind.
fucking talking about?
Keep in mind, he's been like shot how many times? Like right because
More
it's
than
following
enough
the,
to kill a person.
Yeah. They should have bled out. He's he's a regular guy, right?
Apparently not. In the
No.
the trailer, he said he gets
made of
power
wax.
ups when he kills people. So apparently,
Yo, you remember when Paris Hilton got fucking murdered in House of Wax?
oh yeah, the remake. I also didn't know it was a remake until much later in life.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, there's actually a good version that's made before that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to know something funny about
Yeah.
like classic horror that's like influenced like
Absolutely.
I guess horror culture throughout the years? You know that like classic saying like one of us. It's like in
Right.
every like cartoon that you ever watched as a kid, or it's just in pop culture like universally. You see it around.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's like from like an old ass like black and white movie.
Oh, really?
And it comes from like a bunch of carnies, just like
One of us.
yeah.
One of
You know,
us.
like Bearded Lady,
Right.
like
It's like camaraderie
yeah.
more than scary. Oh, also, Jeb, I don't know if you saw the release date for Antlers and the final trailer came out.
dude, I forgot about Antlers.
I think it's October 28th. It's
my
the official release. So for those of you who don't know, this is Guillermo del Toro, right?
Yeah, this is. I always fuck up his name. I always fuck it up.
I think it's Guillermo.
They have now. It's titled Final Trailer.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be cool because it's been 2 years since the first trailer. So now they're like, hey, this is the new one. This is it. Yeah, this was exciting. I was stoked to see this. Like, I like these little one-off, like small town violent creature flicks. I'm a big fan of these. These are like popcorn movies for me. You know, where like I enjoy. This is good entertainment. Like I don't need this to be the best movie as long as it delivers on the kills, has a fun set of characters, and the acting matches the scenario.
yeah.
Like I don't need a ton from a movie like this, and I don't expect a ton, but I do expect the minimum, which is cool kills, good acting, and at least a fun take on a story. Like it doesn't need to be original, but like don't just do everything that everyone's done, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping for something a little more original, honestly. That's just me personally. I watch this trailer and I see there's clearly like a monster like curve behind this entire story. They're feral kid or whatnot. But I don't know. I feel like there's a lot you could do with that. Like every feral child movie I've ever seen, and keep in mind, very few of them. I've always felt like we're kind of lacking in some sense, or I don't know. I always felt like this story in general, or something along these lines, it's a missed opportunity completely. You know, you have the woods. The woods is terrifying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a good point. The movie's like funny that you bring up the woods. There's a movie called The Forest that's totally like that.
Is that
Or it's
the
just
one
a
about
wasted
the
opportunity.
suicide forest? Right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I wanted to watch that. I never got around to it though.
It's a confusing movie. It's just like, what is the point of this? You just watch a girl make so many poor decisions the whole time, and you're like, am I supposed to root for her? She kind of just fucking sucks. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a very fun protagonist to follow.
Yeah. Yo, I got to get this studio all spooked up. We are approaching spooky month, everyone.
Ooh, Sussy Baka hour.
It's September, but I see it within our community.
Yeah.
Everyone is ready for the spook.
Oh, we already did it. Nicole and I got on that immediately. Front Porch was Halloween on fucking September 1st. There's a new Chucky TV show starting.
There's a new Chucky TV show?
Yeah.
What the
I
hell?
know. I just found out about it.
I'm here for it. The new Chucky, well, the most recent Chucky, the one with...
It's not with Mark Hamill.
okay.
It's modeled after the original Chucky. So I think this is actually like might be in relation to Don Mancini, the creator. I'm not 100%. I don't know like anything about it, but I just saw that there was a trailer for it.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
And it looks like it's supposed to be a little nostalgic.
I'm here for it.
I should... Blah, blah.
I'm more here for this ad, though.
Right? The Doom Patrol. New season coming soon. And so am I. Oh, should we put sound on for this one or what?
Let's get a little bit of sound, yeah.
Hi, I'm fucking Chucky.
Jake's. Yeah, they went with that OG doll.
Yo, Jake and Chucky, let's go. Just two buds hanging it out, trying
Two
not
buds.
to get murdered.
Two bros.
Yo, it's gonna be on Sci-Fi.
What's the difference?
That's pretty cool.
When was the last time you watched cable TV?
Not since fucking high school, bro.
How much longer do you think cable's got? Like, honestly, is it just like an old person?
Yeah, once
like,
the remaining old people die out, it'll end for sure.
You know what's a bummer about Hulu in particular right now? Like, you say you watch a series, like you get like regular ass ads now. Like you have to watch a minute. 30.
You've always got that. That's always been a Hulu thing.
That's such a bummer.
Since it first came out, that's always been a complaint of mine. I'm like, what do you pay for exactly?
Yeah,
Why
right?
are there ads in this?
Yeah, I mean, granted, it's still like much cheaper than cable.
No, yeah, it's definitely nice. It's at this point, like we've been so desensitized to ads that it's not that big of a deal. Most of the time, you can just skip them anyway.
Don't forget your boy toy.
Yeah, you
Don't
fucking
forget
nerd.
your boy toy.
To be fair, why would you bring a fucking 4-foot-tall doll to school?
Yeah,
Like, you were definitely asking, you made fun of.
say I don't know anything about like the lore of Chucky or anything.
You don't know
a
anything
kid
about
shows
it?
up with that doll like to my
you're just
school.
saying, gotcha.
I'm that old.
Right.
You're getting a swirly, homie.
Oh, straight up, yeah. You bring a fucking doll. Oh my god, that was bad. Ooh, the CGI does not look good on that face. This looks better. What was with that last doll?
I don't know. But
It's
just
like a
something
completely
silly
different
about-
model. What? It looks normal now.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that first shot? Dude, that's been a fear of mine. Can you go back real quick?
Kids in onesies.
No. Well, yeah, obviously, but no, that woman,
Wait, what?
she fell into the open rack of dishes with the knives sticking up, and it was like going through her face.
Some Final Destination shit.
That was I was terrified of doing that as a child, because my mom would always put the knives pointing up like that. And I was like, why do you do that shit?
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, well, to be fair, I mean, like
Oh, it's
you
the
kind.
same voice guy,
Oh,
the original Chucky voice.
you're right.
Yeah.
That or it's a really good impersonator.
Dude, there's no way. That would be such a good impression.
Yeah, if you're Chucky forever, right? Or-
There's like 2 different models for Chucky, I think. Can we get a T-pose Chucky? That'd be funny. He's just like they walk in the room and he's just
what's going
funny one. He just says a meme at Chucky.
on? What kind of horror universe would you want to? Be
Oh, dude,
placed
it's
in?
fucking Devin Sawa.
Devin Sawa.
Yeah, he was in Final Destination, the original one,
Oh, okay.
and he was in that fucking stupid Limp Bizkit or the Fred Durst movie. The
Oh
Fanatic.
yeah, the one with
John
Travolta. Yeah,
he was the guy that John Travolta was stalking. He was like a horror director
man.
in that movie. But yeah, Devin Sawa is like he was in Idle Hands. Have you ever seen that movie?
No,
You've never seen Idle Hands?
I've never
one
seen
of the-
Idle Hands.
That's one of the most fun like early horror flicks. It has Seth Green in it, and and Devon Sawa, and basically the premise is that Devon Sawa is like a lazy fuck who's doing nothing with his life, and so the devil possesses one of his hands because that's like the idea of
Just the hand?
Yeah, it's one of the Christianity things is that the idle hands are the devil's playground. So like if you don't do anything with your life, the devil will just like, oh, well, that's my life, bitch. It's like a way to scare you into not being lazy, scare you out of depression. So the whole movie is him like trying to battle his demonic hand, and it like it kills his friends immediately, and then they come back as like zombie ghosts to help him because they're like, yo, God's like, you know, like he can tell you've got like charisma, dog.
Is there like a fighting scene between him and his hand? Like he's like beating the shit.
It's pretty funny. He's really good at it too. He does like obviously because he has to act his hand is a different thing, and it really it sounds silly, but he does it really well. He has like these comedic moments where he's like fighting for the remote to change the channel with himself and stuff. It's pretty entertaining. Oh, Jessica Alba's in it too. She's the like romantic interest.
Man,
it's like one of the first movies she ever did.
What does Jessica Alba look like now?
Probably the exact same.
Yeah, she falls into that category, right?
She's got the Jennifer Aniston thing. Where she was born with cataracts or whatever.
Alba, no.
Dude, she literally looks the same. She might look better.
Let's see.
Just you type Jessica Alba now.
Now.
Put 2021.
2021?
21.
All right, hang on. Let's see if my computer talks to us.
2021.
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you so much for telling me what I just typed.
Appreciate that, babe.
All right. This is the first. This is People Magazine. Let's be real,
Wait,
though.
when she turned into J-Lo.
Yeah.
She literally looks like Jennifer Lopez now.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, no, she looks the same, though.
Oh, yeah, she looks good.
I mean,
Good for you.
good job.
You did it.
I know you're... Jessica, I know you're listening. Thank you.
We're really proud of you not aging badly.
Thank you for putting the work in.
Yeah, please don't ever look me up when I turn 50.
Yo, going back to this hand, this cursed hand, this
Yeah.
demonic hand.
Idle hands.
Yo, yeah, Idle Hands. I love the title of that movie, but
Oh no, Justin,
I was reading
my
a book.
hand's making me do drugs, Justin.
I was reading a book recently about psychopaths, and like it was just the overall theme was what like puts people in the place to become psychopaths, or what's like what how like environments kind of like inevitably kind of influence people to become psychopaths, or just like the genetics behind becoming like someone that's more susceptible to be like falling into that category. And going into nutrition, vitamin deficiencies and shit like that, that's like a big trigger. And because of that, and from genetics, there's this thing called the mark of Cain that like everyone kind of knows from like the Bible or something. But it's like somewhat real. Like you can look at your finger, and I think it's...
This is the mark of Cain?
I knew it. I'm living with a psychopath, everyone.
This is from Supernatural. That's what it's called.
Guys,
It's called the mark of Cain.
he's literally going to kill me after this podcast, or during.
Dude, you better
Stay
give me
tuned.
my vitamin D, homie. I'm about to kill you.
Yeah, but no, like there's like a couple marks, and there's one within your hand. Like it depends on. I think it's not your ring finger. It's your index.
Okay,
finger.
I
It's,
have
like, longer.
I have a crazy thing I just thought of. So, okay, because in a lot of like serial killers, a lot of them have had some sort of either like near death or head trauma experience, like growing up, and it leads to the end result of a psychopath, which is that lack of empathy for others, and therefore in getting like pleasure out of inflicting pain. So what if that goes hand in hand? Because if you don't have empathy, you don't really have like a general self, like a care, right? Like other than like your own, like, so you probably wouldn't care that much if your nutrition wasn't the best, because you're just like unempathetic to that reality. Where I know psychopaths and sociopaths tend to be selfish, but I don't know if that necessarily means like you're a health nut because you're selfish, right? Like I know a ton of selfish fat people. Like,
no, it's literally like it's like
I just wonder if they go hand in hand is what I mean. Like them lacking empathy going with this lack of care for yourself. Like, because that almost is like a social...
I think there's something to be said about that.
There's a social like side to being in a healthy shape, right? In a healthy shape. That's trying to say
in a
two things.
healthier shape.
Like a rhombus, you know. And I come down to the store on the weekends, and there are no rhombus people. We said that about it. My mommy said growing up, she said, baby, find your favorite shape and you marry that woman. And I tell her, I say, Mamma mia, I love the rhombus. And she said, that is a bad shape, Mario.
Why are
art
Italians
thou?
hilarious? Like, just naturally.
Dude, I don't, there's something simple about them, you know, that's like, they don't really have, like, Italian people aren't known for their depth. Like, it's very just like, you son of a bitch. Like, it's so,
we just lost our entire.
it's very
Italian family.
lackadaisical. No, they love this shit. They eat it up like pasta, you fucking noodle having bitches.
Yeah, why do you guys fucking like pizza so much? Like, what's up with that?
Because it's good, dude.
Yeah, I know.
And
I
it's
was addicted
honestly,
to
bro,
pizza
I couldn't
forever.
imagine how cool it would be growing up making food with your family.
Oh yeah.
Like, that honestly sounded like such a cool thing to me as a kid. Like,
Daddy was
throwing
there.
throwing some dough with your fucking ma. She's like, oh, rigatoni, you fucking spin that dough so well.
I can't wait
I'd
to get
kill for
arm
that.
hair.
You already are gonna have it if you were there.
Yeah,
You're-
honestly. Yo, homie, I wanted to show you
This
something.
wolf I found.
I've been,
Kept him in my bedroom. Oh my god! While you're showing me this, can I tell you a funny story about keeping an animal you shouldn't keep in your bedroom?
oh, absolutely.
My sister, bro, when I was younger, she thought it would be a good idea. She like captured probably no short of 50 crabs, 50 baby crabs from the ocean.
50 crabs.
50 baby crabs.
Caught me 50 crabs.
in a
Eddie.
bucket. And she like she got them all the way to the house. Like, we drove like 4 hours home. She got them into her bedroom and like put them in her closet and didn't do anything with them. And they
my
just
God.
all climbed out.
They all climbed out.
They all just climbed out, Justin, and they were
So-
just in our house everywhere, like dying. And like they were just getting crushed and eaten by the dogs, and we were stepping on them, and they were just like in our clothes and like just everywhere. They were everywhere, and it stunk
What the
because they started to
fuck?
die in like these obscure places, and then they would just rot. And there's just like rotting baby crab all over the fucking house.
50 crabs.
50 crabs!
Jesus.
Meanwhile, in Crabville, someone's stolen the babies! Where's my son?
Yo, I did the same fucking thing with baby snakes. I went to the
Oh
railroad.
my god, that's terrifying.
Well, they were garter snakes, which are like
Okay.
just not.
Right,
But
they're-
still, like
they're chill.
slithery little boys.
Right, anything that's noodly going fast is kind of alarming.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yo,
Quick things that are phallic shouldn't exist.
you listen to?
I don't have ears.
You listen to the new Corpse yet?
It's called Oh my! I forgot that's his name. I thought you were talking about a metal band. I was like, there's just a metal band called Corpse.
he's the guy that talks like this.
Fuck me when you fuck me with the lights on. Fuck me at the night.
Didn't he get big originally from like just being a sexy voice on Creepypasta or something? Or,
I don't think his voice was initially sought after as being sexy. I think it fit well for horror because he's got a really, like, that's a perfect campfire voice.
Yeah.
Corpse has a perfect campfire voice. But then it became sexy when he started doing music because when you're reading a creepypasta, it's hard to be sexy when you're like, and then the violent eruption of the knife stabs. Like, you're like, oh, that's kind of off-putting. But if you're like talking about fucking you and bald pussy and stuff, you
Yeah,
know, it's like, oh man, this is kind of horny now. This is a horny context.
Damn, yeah.
And he's also got he's got the mental health angle, which is very appealing, obviously. Not to diminish mental health, but it's like, that's clearly like a vibe for people. And he also, I don't know if you know this, he has like an actual legit like neurodegenerative disorder or something where he's like slowly losing feeling in his limbs over time.
What?
Yeah, like that's like a
Wait,
real.
what is that? Is that?
I don't know what it's called, but he was on that Anthony Padilla show, and he has like a condition where he has a hard time closing his hands because they're like starting to atrophy over time.
Wait, does he? He doesn't show his face, does he?
No.
Yeah. Wait. So how did he? Was it just like a podcast he did, or?
No, he came in person, but like he just trusted the guy to not. I mean, they probably signed something.
Oh yeah, just blur his face out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they could just put the icon over his face.
All right. Yeah, you're in for a sweet treat with this one.
Yes.
Like,
Hot demon
Okay.
bitches near you.
So it's featuring our boy Night Lavelle. We love Night Lavelle, but
Night Lavelle did a song with Corpse.
yes,
That's.
dude,
I mean, that's. I can't. Yeah, it's hard, but.
dude, you're in for it though. Let me give you some more.
Does Corpse say the N-word?
Dude, he gets so fucking loud out of nowhere. It's like Night Lavelle's doing his thing, and then he's just like, "Hey, I'm right here, and you're fucking here, girl."
What's he saying? I mean, dude, you have to do this stuff if you have that voice. Like, dude, fucking Night Lavelle's got such like a deep, like sexy voice, and then fucking Corpse comes in and it's 9
Yeah.
octaves lower. Like Night Lavelle sounds like smooth when he's rapping, and then and then the fucking didgeridoo comes in.
Here we go again. I think it's coming.
Oh yeah, that is much louder. Yeah,
Significantly louder.
that's kind of funny.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know.
To be fair, the way that Corpse like raps like this, you've just got to be not that loud, right? Like,
Yeah,
So
it's-
to be fair, you probably got to boost it like crazy with like gain and shit, which might just make it naturally louder in the mix. Like how you can't really boost Knight's voice without making it sound like super gainy, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
well,
like more of a natural and not a fry.
Yeah, he definitely has like not the loudest voice to him. Like I watched a couple live videos of him doing his thing.
Well, it's like
and-
vocal fry. He like
Yeah.
he has a throat disorder too. That's why he talks like that.
yeah, yeah.
He's got all kinds of problems, the poor guy. But at
sure.
least he's got money.
Short song, but like, oh god, I don't want to listen to this.
Yeah, I don't like this one very much.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a fine song. I like that it was short. That's how you can really, if your song isn't the greatest, but it wasn't bad, if it's short, you get brownie points for me. Because it's like, yeah, it's just a quick bop. Like, it doesn't need to be nuts. You know, just I was swaying my head. You know, I don't really know what they were saying. I need to digest it more, but
Yeah. Well,
it had me swaying.
It has a typical energy. I feel like
dude.
with every Corpse song.
I've got a super funny story about an old band, and this is bad. I'm setting it up poorly. Let me just get into the story, but I do want to. No, not again. I had a couple other sets of music if you wanted to talk about / listen to.
What you got, baby?
So Sumerian recently, it was funny. I was just talking to somebody about how they kind of been stinking lately, and then out of nowhere they dropped.
Yeah, where'd they go?
They dropped a new BT Bam album and new Animals as Leaders single, and they put out the new Slaughter to Prevail, which was good. Wasn't the best, but it was good.
What was that first one you said?
Between the Buried and Me, but
Oh, okay.
you should listen to the new Animals as Leaders song first if you haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. Let's go there. Let's.
I have
fucking
not
go.
watched this yet. I've been waiting to watch this for I don't know why, but I just haven't seen it yet because I wanted to watch the music video. I think.
I saw this one floating around recently.
Yeah, it's cool too. I really like when bands like visualize their album art. Like this is like I think this is the style they were going for the last record. The like album artwork, the like white pale head with that was like featureless, you know, not featureless, but I don't know, like void of like interpretation. It's just like all the same look, that very mannequin type of appeal.
Yeah. We got fucking Animals as Leaders. The song is Monomyth.
Monomyth.
Dirt.
That's a lot of dirt. Where my soil boys at, huh?
Yo, this guy looks like some Promethean god.
Hey, he looks like he's about to kick my fucking ass. Look at his right hand. He's fucking playing the guitar.
Yeah, I see.
Oh, the choreography. Let's go.
What if Animals as Leaders just put out like a pop song, but like it wasn't even like complicated or intricate. It was just like
It was just a straight up like by the numbers,
yeah.
or by numbers fucking pop song.
Do you think their fan base would still just be like, yo, like yeah, they're geniuses.
Absolutely.
They're geniuses.
If we've learned anything from Sleep Token, it's if long as you set up your notoriety, you can do anything you want after that, and people will be like, bro, have you heard Donda? It's literally a fucking masterpiece, bro. Kanye's mind. Say it, Justin. Say the Patrick Star line, but it's Kanye.
Patrick Star.
Yeah, the Enigma thing.
But as Kanye.
Yeah.
Hey, the inner machinations of my mind are of an enigma. I don't. What does Kanye even sound like? I feel like he's always putting on some fake ass voice. He's just like
Kanye.
seriously.
I don't know. I can't do it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's not unique enough in that way. Maybe you could probably emulate his rap voice, but not his like talking voice very well.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of missed the whole Kanye hype. Like, I get that he's like a polarizing figure within
What do you mean
hip-hop.
missed it? It's still going on.
Well, I know, but I'm talking like actually like listening to his music growing up and like following him to the point where he is now like literally like attempting to try to be the president of the United States, you know, like weird shit like that.
This is nasty.
This is very nasty. Yeah, the last the last release that Animals as Leaders did that I was like really interested in, because like me being me, I like heavier shit naturally. Like I like shit like this I can get down. I like, being a little creative with the instrumentation. Even, like they had some pretty jazzy songs.
Dude, that thumb flapping a second ago was rad.
Yeah, like Tooth and Claw, that shit was heavy to me.
Oh, dude,
like,
Woven Web era shit. Wave of Babies.
Yeah, I want that fucking heavy shit. And this is bringing some beauty to not just technicality, but like it's a heavy song. I feel like it's a heavy song. Listening to this right now, I'm like, yo, like, fucking pit, right?
And honestly, I couldn't think of a better genre to use interpretive dance. Because I feel like a lot of times when I see interpretive dance, I'm like, this is fucking corny.
Yeah.
But this works really well. Like, this is tight.
Yeah, we're at a point now where even if you're good, you need something
won't
like
be
this.
Animals
You
as
need
Leaders good.
You need to like intertwine like different forms of art to get like noticed. That
Honestly,
or you have to
yeah.
be like one of a kind genius, or you have to be insanely hot. Or
This is really cool.
yeah, this is an entire production. See, this is fucking heavy.
God, dude.
You know how long this would take me to learn?
For like fucking
Just this
months.
pattern.
Yeah.
Gong, 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 gong.
How do you think their drummer feels, bro?
Bro, it's literally just one note.
So, yeah, people that don't know how hard rhythm can be.
Yeah.
You watch any drum live event ever.
Dude, that shit was
Fuck.
hype,
That's how
man.
it ends with that heavy. That's tight.
Man,
That
that's
was really
so
cool.
much white makeup.
Man, I like that a lot. It's probably paint, like body paint.
Yeah.
Make it
yeah.
quicker.
Yeah. No, hell yeah, Animals as Leaders. That shit was
wow.
tight.
Man, yeah, I wasn't super into the Brain Dance record. There was like a couple songs on there that was like, this is tight. Like, I was definitely more of like a fan of like everything before that. But, bro, that song was ripping. That was a really cool track.
Who would you say is your favorite instrumental artist right now? Like, no vocals. I
Right
know
now?
that's a pretty big question. Yeah, and I like me myself, I don't even fucking know. But like what really tickles your fancy? Are you listening to anything that's like without lyrics, or just something to kind of like chill the fuck out to, or light up a?
I don't know about recent. Like, obviously, there's the classics that I like go to when I want to listen to those, but I don't know if there's been too many bands without vocals I've listened to in a minute, like out of my way to listen to them.
I feel like I got to throw Chan in the mix, right? Like,
Right. Well, they haven't done anything in like a grip, but they're obviously great.
Yeah.
At that, I mean, Pliny's like one of my go-tos if I'm trying to just listen to instrumental music.
Yeah.
I think Pliny just has some cool fucking grooves, and I don't like it. Like, I like chaotic shit, and I'm not super big on shredding. I like groovy stuff. Like, I get tired of intervals. Like, I'm not the biggest, or like even Jason Richardson. Like, I get a little tired. It's just like so much happening, Yeah. That like when Pliny comes on, I'm like, ooh, here it is. Like, I want to be in the pocket, like the Unprocessed Band or anything Tim Henson does.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this now. Like, I agree with all your sentiment, but like, if you listening to this right now,
You right there.
if that's all you fucking listen to, like, homie,
You're a nerd.
it's a red flag for me.
Yeah, dude, listen to some Save Us from the Archon, buddy.
You just couldn't possibly
Have you listened to,
comprehend.
have you heard the Helix Nebula? That's an older instrumental band that I really fucked with for a while.
I've never.
I think they
even
only
heard
put
of
out one record, and it was pretty tight.
Damn.
Doesn't it look like The Lighthouse, their new music video for Between the Buried and Me?
Honestly, this might be a case. This might be one of those cases where it's like
I
either,
really think it is.
where either the director or the band like.
Had some inspiration around
Like
it.
unconsciously, like kind of just started to kind of gravitate towards that specific type of art. Yeah, let's check out the new Between the Buried and Me. But first, let's look at this chicken nugget commercial.
You like it at the end of it? Oh, dude, Justin, you know what's cringe? I can name 2 movies like without hesitation that both end in I guess. Or no, I'm sorry,
You know?
Like the final word of the movie is
One time I talked shit.
Okay, did you get hit?
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish, Taylor. But first,
You talk shit, Taylor? He
Dude,
beats the fuck out of her.
there was this podcast I was listening to a while ago, and the dude said, like at the end of every fucking sentence. And I fucking roasted him in the comments, and I just typed, and it got upvoted like to the top.
Everyone was thinking it. That's so
Dude,
funny.
yeah. But continue.
I have a funny soliloquy off of that. Not to fucking name drop, but when Upon a Burning Body was staying at our house way back in the day when Jared and I lived with DM and his
I
wife.
forgot about that.
Me too sometimes. And
Should be wild.
Mike was over. Pardon me.
Wazowski?
Yeah, surprise! I big one-eyed guy.
The fucking scary man.
Mike Hall from Heroes of Legends. He was our rhythm guitarist.
Mm-hmm.
Real cool dude. But when he gets a couple drinks in him, he don't know how to talk like to people.
Everyone's got a friend like that, though.
Right. And we were talking to the Upon a Burning Body dudes, and they were fucking drinking. At least one of them was. The guitarist was a fucking madman, bro. He wouldn't stop drinking. And I was not trying to look like a bitch in my own house, so I kept drinking with him. And Mike was just gone by this point, just so drunk.
Yeah.
And it's the funniest thing ever. He started off a conversation by saying, "You know what I mean." It was the first thing he was going to go into a story, and the first thing he said was, "You know what I mean?" And I said, "No, Mike.
Wait.
I have no idea what you mean because you haven't fucking said anything."
Do you know what you mean?
Yeah, I don't think you know what you mean. I kind of roasted him in front of the band and wasn't trying to call him out, but like I couldn't believe my ears in that moment. I was like, bro, it was silent for like 10 seconds, and then you said, "You know what I mean?" And anyway.
Bro, why would you fucking, like, make me look like a fucking chump in front of Upon a Burning Body? Like, they fucking, like, their vocalist is, like, gone. He died.
He's missing, dude.
Never
he got
forget
stolen.
that. Never forget.
Yeah.
Unforgivable!
I like publicity stunts. I think it's funny to drive hype through, like, interesting means, but that didn't seem like the most in taste or well thought out move.
They got kind of burnt for that, right? I mean,
Oh,
it worked. It worked for them.
It appears that they're the burning body.
Yo, yeah, we got Between the Buried and Me. The
Between the
future
Body
is
and Me.
behind us.
Between the burning body and me. Was that the Night House?
Yo, they're bringing in synths now.
Yeah, they've been in. Have you listened to much Between the Buried and Me? Are you familiar with this band at all?
Yeah, their last record I listened to.
They're crazy.
But truthfully, fake fan. I gotta be honest. I've not been keeping up with
Dude,
them.
I literally would know nothing about this band if it wasn't for Zesty.
No, this is a very zesty band.
He's like made me listen to this band to the point where I'm like, God
Yeah.
damn it, this is sick.
Yeah, yo, Zesty, if you're listening, you gotta come on the podcast when you come up.
You gotta come.
You gotta come on the.
I think the GoPro did.
Come on me. No, she going. She
Oh,
going.
okay. I was gonna say the display went away.
Yeah, she'd do that
I
sometime.
was gonna say that. I'm not gonna say it.
How he just float like that though?
Yo, I didn't even think about that, bro.
Man.
Hey, Marge, how's the guy floating, Marge? Digger, I need some
Jesus
honey.
Christ. It sounded like you said the N-word for a second.
Oh, absolutely. I would say that.
Yeah, my classic Winnie the Pooh where he whispers the N-word to Piglet when no one's around.
Dude, Piglet's hard. Piglet's hard to do. You see, you have to have like
Yeah,
that high register.
I don't know what he somes like, genuinely. I'm having a hard time picturing him. Like, I can only remember
Frail
Pooh
and afraid.
and Tigger and Eeyore. I cannot remember what the owl sounds like.
Yeah.
Or what Piglet sounds like. I'm just having such a hard time imagining what Piglet sounds like. Especially, too, because there's this funny JonTron video where they're in VR, and there's somebody whose avatar is Piglet, and he goes, "Hello, little boy. Do you want to let me touch your dirty hands, please? Will you please touch me with your dirty hands?"
Dude, Eeyore was just being real, man. He was just like, guys, I'm
Yeah.
just not feeling it today. Can
He's
you?
he's a nihilist. He's
My
an
fucking-
existential nihilist.
My tail is gone.
Guys, I've been through some real traumatic shit, and you don't seem to understand the severity of the emotional trauma I deal with day to day. And it doesn't seem like any of you genuinely, you all seem to lack the emotional capacity to understand that I'm hurting and that other people can hurt.
Let me give you a course in philosophy.
You all seem to just
Pooh
have
Bear.
selfish intentions day to day. Pooh's just eating constantly. Piglet's a codependent mess, never working on his own art, even though he's a great artist. And then we've got the bitch-ass old owl that's always just watching over and telling us what to do. Tigger, I'm pretty sure, has brain damage.
Yeah, that's
he
his-
just bounces all day and yells. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. Okay?
Tigger is literally just like the worst case of
Insane.
ADHD.
Right? Yeah. Or getting hit in the head with a log. And no one being sympathetic of it. So they're all just kind of tired of him. This is cool. Dude, as soon as you like do this little weird beat, I'm sold.
Sorry for the blah 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 blah.
Sorry for my tiny scream.
Yeah, this is like Meshuggah vocals. Maybe I'm
Sugar's probably a little louder.
yeah.
I've seen this dude live, and his screams are just tiny.
What were they like live?
Instrumentally, they were insane. But also, you know what's crazy? This was the least good of the three bands I saw because it was the Contortionist and Animals as leaders were the openers. And then this band
Stacked.
finished. They ended the night and they played White Walls, which is like their biggest, like coolest song. So that was pretty sick to see. But bro, Contortionist, that was like of the time the best show the best performance I'd ever watched. Ooh. And then Animals and Leader is just insane. Like, they're machines when they play. They're just so on time. Never fuck up. Constantly grooving.
Constantly bopping.
Constantly grooving.
Yeah, they really do have their own sound. I can always appreciate a band that like just does their own thing, you know.
Yeah.
Like right now, sometimes I feel like there's rules like with doing music, or at least like most people view it to be that way. Like
They kind of pigeonhole themselves.
yeah, like I mean, there's always been a conversation with low, detuned guitars. Like if you want your shit to be heavy, you got to have an 8-string or something, or
Right.
which just like everyone knows is not the actual case. But yeah, no, I mean every new kid, every new band that I see, I feel like they're kind of following that stereotype, you know. And power to them. Like I fuck with a lot of these new bands, but at the same time, everyone needs to stop like trying to take the same JST, nail the mix course,
True,
trying to
yeah.
sound exactly like a Sturgis band.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of like tutorial culture, I guess. It's
Yeah.
just like the way that things are. When you have a Skillshare ad every
Yeah.
5 seconds, you know.
What do you mean, little boy? You don't have like fucking $10,000 worth
Right.
of gear? Like
Here, kid,
grow up.
listen. For the next 6 birthdays, you're gonna ask your mom for a laptop. Say, I don't want anything. Just save up. Give me a laptop. You're gonna get a laptop. You're gonna get an interface, kid. You're gonna start mixing beats, selling them to your high school friends. You're gonna get out there. You're gonna talk to people. Put down the fucking books. Put down the controller. Get out there. Face-to-face interactions. Make a connection, kid. Do you want this?
Business.
Step
It's
on your
just
friends.
Business.
You think bosses don't step on their friends? You're an idiot. Bosses don't have friends. They have assets.
Yeah. What if everyone just followed that philosophy? Just step on everyone.
We'd have a lot more rich people.
So let's say everyone's rich. What kind of world is that?
Horrible inflation everywhere. It means nothing. We're all poor. technically.
Everyone's just talking really loudly at each other.
It just means fucking fruit is $10,000 now. Is what it means.
Man. You know what's
And
weird?
poor people have been eliminated.
Bananas. We should not.
Bananas?
We should
That
not
is
know
wild.
what bananas taste like. Yet here we are in Washington State, knowing what bananas taste like.
Hey man, how can God make us in His image and expect us not to try to seek perfection? You know what I'm saying?
Man, I want to meet the man that was like, yeah, let's talk. God's real. Like the first one. The guy
guy
was
who
like,
guys, I just spoke to a bush and it was on fucking fire. Guess what it told me?
everyone was like, no, yeah, this guy's got a point.
Hold, let's hear him out. I ain't never seen a burning bush. Let's hear this guy out. Sentinals, you showed me that band, right?
Sentinels. No.
Maybe it was somebody on chat, but they just put out a new song.
Do they have Matrix energy behind them?
The Matrix? Like, what do you mean by that?
Like,
Like the creatures from...
like Keanu Reeves.
Right, is that the name of the like octopus robot things?
Yeah.
They're called Sentinels?
They're called Sentinels.
It's not To Wither Away. It was a song from a day ago.
From a day
It was
ago.
it was called like Albatros.
Albatros.
Are you familiar with albatrosses?
Yeah, they're literally just fucking seagulls, but they're just like different
No, but
slightly,
they're
right?
fucking, they're dangerous.
Yeah, you don't kill them. You can't kill
No,
them.
no, I didn't say endangered. I said they're dangerous.
Yeah, like you don't kill them because it's bad luck, right?
As a sailor. No, a seabird. I can never squash a seabird, I tell ye.
Oh my god, the internet. Oh, everyone hacked my internet. So yeah. Oh, yeah, we got Nick Nocturnal with the first comment. Banger. Yep, there you are, Nick. Oh my god. I was gonna say something about seagulls. You know how like it's weird growing up next to the ocean, how exposed to seagulls and albatross that I was. I just kind of took them for granted, and then I went somewhere else, and I just quickly realized like how foreign and strange like birds like pelicans or like seagulls or just sea life in general really is to people. It's kind of like when I went to Texas, I saw what are those fucking magpies, I think is what they're called, or something. They're like crows, but way more vocal, and they're fucking weird, man. They're like, this shit's actually pretty hype, though. Yeah, this is Sentinals, everyone. Song Albatros.
It's a loon. It's a loon is a type of bird that has a joint on its like foot, and it locks into place so that it stays really hard, and it has this ability where it can detect heartbeats, and it goes up to other other birds, and it takes its locked knuckle and stabs it through their back and pierces their heart.
Dude, that's some like fucking
Isn't that
eagle
insane?
shit.
That's crazy.
That's
Imagine evolution doing that to you.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, what would be really effective if my weird knuckle toe,
Yeah.
I have a heartbeat sensor. I can tell where their hearts are. What if my knuckle was just a knife?
Do you think there's ever a
crazy.
point in time when
wild.
birds become self-aware?
Maybe if technology gets there. I could see this weird, like...
Birds using technology.
No, like straight up, like some weird Black Mirror shit. I could totally see a future where we accidentally give animals like consciousness or something, like the ability to swap like minds with people, and then just like and establish a connection with them to where they can like communicate.
Yeah,
and that would be where it becomes weird with like other types of animals. Like you think of like, oh, that'd be cool with my pet. But then, like, what about the alligator that's, like, now got a vendetta against you? Yeah. Like,
reptiles with consciousness?
Imagine a Komodo dragon that was cunning, and it just fucking spit its leprosy into your food.
Spiteful reptile.
It's my new grindcore band. Spiteful rep. Oh, I had a funny story I was going to tell you earlier that was wild as hell. Jared and I had this old fucking show we did before DickeyTime show was a thing. It was just on his channel. It was called Underground Music Monday. And we would just showcase like 5 bands that we thought were sick, and we'd talk about them a little bit. And there was one band on there, and they were called Sirens, and they were like this really jaunty, proggy band. And they were pretty sick. But I remember fucking laughing my ass off at one of their songs because there's a part where it's like really heavy, like the whole song, and then it chills out and goes soft. And the music's really like kind of like jazzy, atmospheric.
Yeah,
and
chill.
homie just starts saying like really big words, like in just like one-liners.
There's always one of them.
He just goes, repetitious, gossamer.
The ephemeral tortilla.
Yeah, it's literally was just that. He just kept saying really big words, and I thought it was the funniest shit ever. And it also made me learn what the word gossamer was, which is just funny. That guy who wrote, sang, and played the guitar of that song found me on TikTok and came into one of my live streams and was like recommending his song to be played.
He's just
and it was
saying
that
all
song.
those the same words.
I had no idea it was that guy. He was like, yo, check out my song, and I looked at it and I was like, yo, I know this song, you fucking gossamer ass fucking nerd.
No, honey, I can't get a job. I gotta teach these kids about
How
fucking
the fuck?
about like the trajectory of the solar system.
Dude, I had a weird teacher that's honestly, shout out to him. But it also
Shout out to the weird teachers.
Shout out to the weird teacher because he I think he had good intentions. Maybe he just like genuinely wanted our company. But he let us have our club, which was Hacky Sack Club. Me and my homies
You had
started.
a hacky sack club.
You're goddamn right I did.
What the fuck?
At our school you could make, if you had enough people you could make a club as long as you had a teacher sign off on it that would allow you to use their room after school.
Principal said, "Fuck it."
And we found it. We got this guy who was like a
The hacky sack guy.
I
He's like, "You guys
don't
need
even
the
know.
shit?"
Don't even know what he taught, to be honest. He wasn't one of my teachers. This guy was a fucking psychopath, I think. Justin, he's the only person I've ever met, and I think most people have one person that is this to them.
Mm-hmm.
He said, we were like, hey, can we put on some music for, like
rock
while
out a
we're
little
playing hacky
taste,
sack, bro? Yeah,
Just
we're playing,
rocking out.
We're hacking it up in here, bro. Can we put on some
boys
music?
listening to some Metallica?
And he's like, yeah, go ahead, that's fine. And we're like, where's your radio? And he's like, oh, I don't have one in here. And we're like, oh, well, what are you cool with? Like, what do you listen to? And he's like, oh, I don't really listen to music. And we're like, what do you mean? Like, you don't have like a artist? He's like, honestly, I couldn't even tell you one thing. I was like, well, what do you mean one thing? Like, you couldn't say an artist? He's like, well, I mean, like, I'm sure I know like a musician or two, but yeah, I don't really listen to songs or anything like that. It's like, whoa.
No songs.
It blew a world without music, dude.
Dude, I had
That's
that
crazy to
realization
me.
somewhat recently.
It's
It-
crazy.
It blew my mind. There's just some people like you'll talk to everyone. Like this teach of yours, he's being just brutally
Teach.
honest with you. But whereas like you talk to anyone
Yeah,
and
respect.
test your friends out on this. Test your fake fucking friends out on this, everyone. Ask them if just
Blow
a
them
simple
and then
question.
ask them if they liked it, because you're good at it.
Ask them if they like music. And
Call 'em out right now.
every single one of them are going to say, yeah, I love music, or yeah, I like music, or they're going to give you like one artist. But realistically, like everyone's just got their own thing artistically. Like some people are just into reading.
And there's a lot
some
of
people are into comedy.
We're
or-
in a world of playlists as well. So there's a ton of people that I've talked to, no shade, that just don't know the names of songs. They're like, I know that song. Oh my goodness. Like I know what song you're talking about, but it's just like I listen to songs on shuffle in like this big playlist, or I listen to this Billie Eilish radio or something,
Yeah.
So it's like there are people that still listen to it and consume it, but honestly don't have like a favorite artist because they have no idea who they're listening to.
Yeah, I'm a
a lot of
forget
walks
your
of
name.
life.
I know your face. I know you by your face kind of
Oh,
guy.
no face, no case.
And
you mean?
with that, we're
You
going to the
fucking
band No Face,
segue,
No
piece
Case.
of shit.
Have you heard this band? at all?
Yeah, I've had this band shown to me a few times on Twitch.
Boy,
Twitch.tv/DickeyTime.
boy.
That's
Yeah.
Twitch.tv/DickeyTime. Always stay plugged in. We live right now, baby.
You stream?
Yeah, we're on Twitch.tv/DickeyTime.
I can
That's
follow you there?
Twitch.tv/DickeyTime.
I can watch you in real life.
Yep.
Time?
We also have an Indiegogo set up, and if we reach enough money, we're going to start off our fucking $1 million Shark Tank approved idea, which was OnlyFins.
Wait,
It's
what
just
is
like-
OnlyFins?
It's this. He's playing coy. He's setting me up. He's a great straight man. OnlyFins is this wonderful, revolutionary new site in the follies of OnlyFans, where they've kind of buckled recently in their decisions from going from a porno site to a not porno site. We come in with OnlyFins, and this is an operation.
There's an entire company.
Yeah, fully staffed, ready 24/7 service, reps and all. And it's just dudes, women, just fucking catching and talking about fish, buddy. Just like as long as that fucking catch has a dorsal, some sort of fin on it, you can see. You can talk about. You can post it. You can talk about your catch, what your bait is, your lures, tackles.
People want to know about fins.
Yeah,
man.
like your categories. Hashtag like over 5 feet fish, like big fish.
There's like
wide
a-
mouth fish
There's
categories.
a fucking magazine publication.
Dorsal diameters. Ghost nip fish. Those are unique.
Damn, you're kind of talking my language now.
I
Yo,
know.
everyone, we got No Face, No Case. The song is Out of the Blue. I wanted to show you a different one, but I wanted there to be a video.
Do they go smash it?
Dude, so it kind of has that energy that what's that fucking pale face band that they have that fucking
I'm fucking cuckoo.
so fucking funny.
I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Yeah, it's
But
that.
they
It's that.
all- gang, gang, gang.
It's the UK like hardcore type of or UK beatdown.
It almost like to me like not talking shit, but it kind of has some meme energy behind it.
Especially with the edit.
Yeah, it's just like
also, if that's the haha you're talking about, that's way better than the pale face one.
oh no, yeah, I'm in agreement, but like they definitely overdo it, is what I'm saying.
Oh, gotcha.
Kind of like how Paleface just does it, like they fucking beat you into the ground.
They
with a
do too
shovel.
many of them. I'm crazy.
What if this is just what people did? Like
Dance?
people just be
I'd love
going
that.
out, like being out in the public, just like posted up, just drinking.
This is what they do. This is legit a thing in like the UK and shit.
Yeah, but like without the video,
Yeah, no, that's just how it is over there.
dude.
People just be doing this shit. You never just.
I guess we gotta go to the UK. Let's take a podcast to the UK.
Maybe I'm
This
just
shit looks fun.
weirdo, but I've watched so many CCTV videos from around the world just because I'm curious what other cultures are like, just like on their day-to-day street life.
Oh yeah.
Dude, yeah, people just be getting stabbed in the UK, and like people just be just drinking 40s in public and getting arrested for it.
What are you boys up to? You boys staying out of trouble.
Fucking gotten yourself, you fucking pig. He made a gun out of beer cans. Yeah, maybe these kids are pretending, actually. I'm thinking these kids might have more like well-off parents than I initially just thought.
The triplet bell, ding. You got the air
There's
horn.
that's what you thought the meme, huh? Probably that fucking air. If you got an air horn in your song, you're immediately being like, "Yo, don't take us seriously, please." Which obviously is the fucking point of this band.
This has some I still live with my parents.
Dude,
energy behind it.
respect to any dude that guy rocks the bowl cut. I'm fucking impressed.
Oh yeah.
The guy in the yellow.
I could never.
There's few people that look good in a bowl cut.
I agree.
And Oliver Tree is not one of them.
Yeah. Dude, I think Oliver Tree just did a song with Tommy Cash. Actually.
Yeah, he moved to Russia. I don't know if you know that. He's a resident of Russia.
I'm not even surprised anymore. Yeah. Oliver just does whatever he wants, and people are like, yo, fuck
Well,
yeah.
he retired. It was so weird. He retired from music like a year ago, and then was like, I'm in Russia now.
He's a professional meme now.
Fucking me and Melanie Martinez broke up, and now I live in Russia. So get ready for my mental fucking breakdown. The big head. I love that. That was a great edit. I love that there's just been this constant chick that every time she's on screen, she's just fucking hardcore dancing. It's so funny. Like every shot she's in, she's just fucking thrown down. Dude, honestly, I've kind of always been a fan of the pullover beanie for the face.
Pullover beanie, yeah?
Yeah, I think it's got a cool look to it, personally. The ski mask, that's what it's called.
This is just fucking aggression, homie.
$.
We want money.
Yeah, this would be fun to see live. I'm not gonna lie. If
That's funny. He kicked his homie in the face on accident, and then the Revive Call of Duty tag came up above his head. That was pretty funny. The kick, base bomb.
Yeah, dude. This shit's just
That
so
was-
like.
that was fun.
Yeah, it's fun. You know, it's taking deathcore
Yeah,
to.
I'd mosh to that.
Yeah, it's like, you know, yeah, it's obviously got like angst and aggression behind it, but like it's just. What my takeaway from it is just like it's fun, it's silly, but it's also like fuck you.
You're fun, bro.
Thank you.
What are your thoughts on the new Bilmuri song? Have you heard it?
Yeah, I'm gonna get crucified for this, but I never really fucked with him.
That's
honestly.
fine. I don't think you'd get crucified for that. I was about to say his
Explain these holes.
His music is very hit and miss for me. I think if he marketed himself better and a little more seriously, he'd have a better following. But I think he's got like cool songs. Like I feel like every year he puts out a track I really like.
LORDFARQUADZILLA.
Yeah, the names suck, man. Like,
Homie, how old are you?
They're just memes. Obviously, there's goofs, and I think that
goof
genuinely
and a
affects
good?
it. This is a lot of work to put into this edit, by the way.
Oh yeah.
And cool, Jonathan Young feature.
Jonathan Young.
I missed that boy.
I haven't
Hope
seen
he's
that
doing
boy
well.
since tour.
Yeah, I was supposed to see him at NAMM, and he just kept playing tag with me. And then we ended up not being able to see each other. Is what it is.
I know you're hiding.
I can smell your youngness.
Come out of the booth.
Oh, Jonathan, I can smell you. John, I can smell lasagna, John. Lasagna.
Yeah, we got Bill Murray, LORDFARQUADZILLA going, everybody. Yo, and he is jacked in this edit. It's got that vaporwave energy behind it.
Yeah, it's like really fun, like game loading screen music.
Yeah, big resurgence in regards to like that type of genre, just bringing back like the '80s like pop scene or.
His edits are great too.
Yeah,
I feel like this works well for him, and I think it would sell better too. Again, if the titles and stuff were a little different.
Yeah. What was your favorite? I know I was just talking '80s, but what was your favorite? I guess show or cartoon from the '90s.
From the '90s, shit. What was even in the '90s?
I mean, you got Dragon Ball Z. You got.
Was that '90s though?
Well,
I feel like often in my brain, like I confuse things that are in like the early 2000s to the late 90s.
You know, I think I'm having one of those situations myself right now. Yeah.
Because the Dragon Ball was probably '90s, but I don't know about. I
Maybe
think Z
late
was
'90s. I mean, you got like Terminator, Judgment Day.
Dragon Ball came out. Wait, Dragon Ball Z. Whoa. Okay, you were.
Was that right?
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z came out in 1989.
Yeah, that's what I said, right? I fucking knew that.
You said the 90s, didn't you?
Yeah.
Or did you not say that? No, you did. You definitely said the 90s.
I'm just a pompous asshole.
Okay, so Dragon Ball was 86. Interesting.
Yeah, never forget.
So they were only 3 years apart. Wow, I can't believe that started that early. Dude, Dragon Ball GT was in the 90s even. 96. Dude, I was talking to Zesty about GT recently.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that one, Dragon Ball GT?
No, I just watched Dragon Ball Z.
That one was
honestly.
like a lot of people's least favorite, but the art style was so sick, dude. It was like that old school hand drawn, like real gritty, like you could see the brush strokes type of.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Dude, I was more like in regards to like anime. I was more into like Gundam. I always thought Gundam
Which
was
one?
sick.
Oh, dude, Courage came out in the 90s. That's probably my answer.
Oh yeah,
Came out in '96. That's probably my answer. That show actually impacted me as a child. Like looking back, I can think about like the morality in that show.
It's much more influential now for me.
And I've always
honestly.
loved. There's something really appealing to me about having courage, of like being the one willing to run into the darkness to save a little kid type of thing. Like that's
know
always
what I
been
want-
an appealing thing to me.
You know what I wanted to get like as a cartoon tattoo?
Courage.
I wanted to get the gypsy. That's incredible.
Oh yeah, she's sick.
Yeah, dude, she's
She's
such
a reoccurring
fun
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, she always
Yeah.
came to teach a lesson, and Courage was like, "Fuck you." She's like, "God, just let me teach you a moral lesson,
Yeah.
Courage."
No, just listen to me. This
No.
shit's gonna happen to you.
Oh, I've got to protect Muriel.
It's fucking good courage.
The things I do for love. Yo, rest in peace, Muriel. By the way, she died recently.
Oh yeah, she
That
fucking
voice
passed.
actress.
Man,
Dude, yeah, I saw. There was a meme that made fucking like. I was like, God damn it, bro, you're gonna make me cry. One of those things, and it was like the old throwback memory that Courage has, where Muriel finds him by the dumpster, and he's in the fucking diaper, and she like brings
Oh,
him. She
yeah.
brings him home, gives him food and love, and she's like, "You're safe. You're home now, Courage."
oh, so
It's just like,
fuck you. That makes me sad.
I know. Rest in peace, Muriel. Muriel. Watch where you're going, you fool.
Yeah, he was always a great character.
Yeah, did you know that the voice actor plays Shang-Chi in the new Marvel movies? Shang-Chi? The Seven Rings?
Oh yeah, dude.
That's the voice actor that... Courage.
Really?
Yeah.
You're fucking lying.
No, it's the same guy,
No,
Jesse.
you're tricking me. I don't believe you.
Can't
I
tell.
can't fall for this shit anymore. I'm too old.
Help me! I'm aging rapidly. Oh, there's a new As It Is song, too. I don't know if you've heard that band in a long time, but...
It's been
I
a
was
second,
checking on
homie.
Fearless, and that was like one of their most recent releases.
Yo, Fearless. Well, didn't it Fearless like sell? They
I don't think
sold
so.
their company to like Sony or something, and
To Sony? I don't.
Well, not-
maybe.
was
Maybe they
it
have like
Sony
a. Maybe they have like a side branch or something, but I don't know about that.
yeah, this is yeah, As It Is new song ILY How Are You ? Yeah. Yeah, you know, I miss this train a little bit. I it's just not really my speed.
Yeah, me neither, honestly.
They say you're paused.
You wanna introduce the comment section after this, or the question section after this?
Yes, everyone. We've got questions. Coming up soon.
Baby. Oh, baby doll.
Oh man.
That was I don't know if that was on our end, but that was a bad sync.
There's a naughty sync somewhere.
In theirs. In their video.
Oh well, let's back it up.
It might be latency.
We're gonna get to the bottom of this.
No, not that far. Like 15 seconds in, maybe. You know, imagine you fucking waking up with that perfect flip on your hair.
Yeah, you just look adorable.
It's just bedhead. Like, this is just how I wake up.
No, this isn't pomade.
I'm a big fan of I always like fan videos like these.
Mm-hmm.
I wish there was a little more effort put into the little thing at the bottom.
You got little
because the video looks nice. So like, I'm not convinced that this is a phone call. So to me, it just looks like a weird, rectangle in the corner. Come on, answer Ronnie, bro.
Ronnie's
trying to get a hold of you, bro. You look hot in bed. Get up and talk to the guy.
Talk to me.
Talk to Ronnie. He looks like Lance Stewart. Ronnie, I think it's Ronnie.
Ronnie.
Who's he? Who's he from?
Who is Ronnie?
Who the fuck is Ronnie? He takes off his face and it's Radke.
Ronnie's a scumbag name. Let's be real. Like Ronnie did something to I don't know. Yeah. Ronnie's like he's a pork your girlfriend kind of name. You know?
Oh, totally, dude. He would definitely pork your girl. He'd pork your sister and then pretend to be into what games you like. Scumbag.
Yeah, pussy vulture. That's what we call him.
Absolutely. That was mean.
You got cream on the milk.
Oh, I get it.
What does it mean?
It's disrespectful because it was oat milk. So it's like a slam against vegs, dude.
Yeah. Fuck y'all.
They didn't even try to. They're not even trying to sync them up. The fans in the bottom.
Yeah.
They're just using like random parts. Yo, that's the set it off guy. They should have used more of him. They used him for like a 2-second part. If that. His hair looks funny from the back.
It looks like a peacock from the back. Yeah. This is just, another day, just going to the ocean.
I wish you just walked out onto the water and just kept walking on top of it. You find out the reveal is that he's a sentient being. He's omnipotent.
Oh my god, he doesn't give a shit. This emo stuff, it's draining. I just was in the ocean. I don't know if you were aware of that, homie, but
he looked pretty good for just getting out of the ocean.
Oh yeah, no, I filmed it. Remember when we shot?
Your whole day was ruined.
I went straight to work.
I can't believe you didn't have the foresight to bring a change.
I didn't
of
even
clothes.
change. I was wet showing up at work.
I know.
Soaked.
That was insane.
And I was just sorry, I'm 30 minutes late, but
sorry,
I'm
39.
completely covered in sand and I smell like crab. Can I finish my shift? Cool. It's cool. Yeah. So we don't have a backup, so you're gonna have to. Okay. Cool.
It's true. Cool.
Yeah, that was As It Is with their most recent single. Yeah. It kind of had that it was probably more so a producer energy behind it.
It's got an audience.
Yeah. It makes perfect sense.
There's a vibe for that for sure.
It's the continuation of Warped Tour culture.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the band that plays near you while you're waiting in the merch line for the band that you just saw that you liked.
Yeah, I'd argue they'd probably play main stage at Warped if it was still around.
They probably did. Yeah, probably did.
They probably did.
They were pretty big. They were pretty big at one point.
Yo, so let's get into those questions.
Oh, baby, we want to get into these questions. Let's ask a question, you guys, really quick. What should we name this little segment? I would love to have a good, healthy segue into the questions that are a reoccurring bit. Some sort of, I tried for a while to think of some sort of play off of, the DickeyTime, some sort of fun thing. And I've been brained trying to think of it. So let me know if you guys got any fun ideas. Fucking cowards.
Yeah, we don't want any,
no bad ideas.
Weak, unhealthy segues. Only healthy.
Yeah, they have to be healthy. The Segway joke of the owner or the creator of Segway dying on a Segway. You familiar with that?
No,
You don't know? I love being the one to tell people this. He was showing off the features of the Segway that how fast it can stop and how quickly you don't get the forward momentum.
Yeah.
And so he was showcasing it to buyers and people that were going to bring it into their stores, and he showed them on the edge of a cliff how like I'm so confident this is so good, and he did it a couple times, and then he got more speed and he went up to it and he just didn't stop in time and he fucking just went off the cliff and died.
Oh my
Just
god.
rolled down to his death and fucking died.
Jesus
isn't that
Christ.
crazy?
On a Segway?
Yeah, on a Segway, trying to show off how sick it is, how fast it can stop, and how fast it can stop your life.
Man,
Pretty
yeah.
sick.
Homie, just chill.
Yeah, there's some
What are you
crazy
gonna do?
moments in
Invented
life like
an
that,
insane
where
product.
a man's pride gets him offed.
Yeah,
like
it's literally your hubris killing you.
Dude, there was a rich guy in the 30s, the 20s, some shit that tried like inventing some sort of self-inflating parachute for like an individual, so they could like wear it on a plane, and it was like clothes that would inflate as you fell down, and it would fill up, and you'd de-accelerate and hit the ground safely. And it was some sort of thing he was trying to it's revolutionize the world. And he did it with a dummy, and like the first time it worked, and the dummy survived, and then every time after that he tried it failed like horribly, and the dummy would always break. And then he made some final adjustments to it, and he called up like a huge meeting to the like an Empire State Building type building. It was like the tallest building at the time, and he was like, "I'm fucking, you guys are gonna be so impressed. Like, this thing is gonna revolutionize the world." And as you can tell, we don't have these things, so you can probably guess where the story's going. But he went up to the top, and then some guy was like. There's like a camera guy taking pictures, and he on his way up he stopped and was like, "Hey man, have you tested this with like a person?" And he's like,
The most logical person there is the cameraman.
there's no time, so he said some shit like that, like there's just no time for that type of thought. And then he went and he fucking jumped, and his thing buckled immediately, and he careened to his death and died.
Oh my
crashed
God.
into the earth.
Yeah, dude,
It
what a way to
folded
go.
immediately.
Heights.
And the guy who asked him that question took a picture and got a snapshot right before he hits the ground, and you can see the mangled device. Your hubris will doom you.
Hubris!
Don't let it kill you.
All right, y'all. Let's get into these fucking questions. Avi, I'm gonna let you fucking take it away here.
Oh baby, yes. Okay, Mr. How do I say this? Majestic, but it's spelled funny. Mr. Majestic says, "What do you do to cope with anger and sadness? Also, have you ever felt lost and wonder what your purpose was? How did it get you through it? How did you get through it?"
How did I get through it? Homie, I'm still going through it. I go through that shit every day.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing you definitely have to apply to your life for it to be healthy is balance. There's a give and take to everything. You can get sucked into the depression, and you can get sucked into the overwork yourself, and you can get sucked into this or that. You got to find it's all about moderation. I feel like when you're younger, it's all about excess and how much you can do of something, and then as you age, you start to realize pulling the throttle on some of this shit is really important, and I shouldn't just throw all my dice into the basket. Maybe I should strategize a little and do some nuance, Maybe I shouldn't put every topping on the thing I get. Maybe I should try a couple unique flavor options, that type of thing. So I think approaching
Exactly, yeah.
approaching those situations with earnestness, I feel like a lot of people aren't honest with themselves, and that hurts you going forward. It's the same thing with vocals or art. When people when you record a cover and you upload it and it's not good, and you're like, why are people being mean? It's dude, you know what you listen to. You know how good that band sounds. Now listen genuinely to your thing. You know it doesn't sound the same or of par to that. And that applies to emotional integrity as well. I know a lot of people that legit have gone to therapy and just not been honest with the therapist because maybe they're not comfortable with that person. They don't feel like they can be honest with anybody or that person specifically. Or two, they're just they have that mentality, of I did nothing wrong, so therefore I'm just going to tell the story as if I was just victimized for this. And then all that does is perpetuate your unhappiness and your sadness. Is it really the only person going forward that hurts is you?
Yeah. You have to understand, especially
You gotta be honest with
when you're
yourself.
approaching therapy for the first time. Like, you need to find the right therapist, but you need to understand that they can't help you if you can't be genuine and honest and just completely let it all out.
Right. And
Like,
they're not there to fucking laugh at you or tell their fucking friends about you later. Like, that's their job. They're there to try to understand that shit. And if your therapist isn't working for you, there's fucking tons of other ones to try out.
Exactly.
Or apply it to yourself. There's so much media for mental health. Like,
Yes.
I always recommend this guy. His name's Dr. K. He's a Healthy Gamer GG on YouTube. And he just talks to, like, public figures in gaming and, like, entertainment and stuff and the arts.
Yeah.
And just talks to them about, like, their depressions or their day-to-day or, like, the unspoken sadness that we all think we can't talk about or that we just feel like we're forced to bear. When in reality, like, if we just didn't get focused on that so much, we could thrive probably a lot more happily and healthily.
Yeah. I think it comes down to it. If you are honestly in that pit, and this is something that I really struggle with this every day. I have to remind myself this. If you kind of find yourself in that hole, you don't know what to do. You don't know how to, like, continue. Like, life seems pointless. There is no point or for anything. Like, I get that. I've been there. What you got to do is you got to understand, okay, so it's going to be like this unless I actually want to change it. If I want to change it, if I suddenly have the realization that I want to enjoy this one life that I fucking get, and make art or something, or do something that is beautiful to you, because, like, let's face it, there's something beautiful to every person out there. Every single soul on this earth has something that they fuck with, something that they love, something that they enjoy, and it doesn't have to be a significant other. It doesn't have to be a person in your life. It literally could just be a passion. And the second
And
you
it should
start,
be. Everyone should have that thing that keeps them going that isn't a person, because that's how you become codependent. You should be able to live separately of your loved person. Like,
Yes.
you want to be with them and you're enhanced by being with them, but if you can't be away from them, it says something a lot about your emotional maturity and where you're at with yourself. If you can't be in your own company, then yeah, you've got some self-reflection to do. If it's still scary to be in your self-presence without somebody, and I don't have anybody to dump my energy into. That's fucking AA 101. That's like codependent shit. You focus on you, and if you're so stressed out and you lay it all down, and it's because of all these people around you, those aren't your problems. Those are their problems. Quit trying to solve everybody's problems and solve your own.
something that I've realized through just working on myself is the more time you spend just working on yourself, the more you start to realize, like, people and just people just in general, they gravitate towards they gravitate towards, like, positivity, because everyone is looking for a solution,
or the idea of it, rather, because positivity is actually hard to achieve because
Yeah.
you have to apply it constantly. It's like a morose thing where people constantly post about positivity and, like,
Yes.
I pray to God I don't lose my shit, but nobody's actually willing to put in the effort to end that cycle of needing to not lose your shit. Like, imagine waking up and your tire's flat and you don't fucking lose your mind. Like, imagine that reality where that doesn't ruin your entire day, and it doesn't mean the world's out to ruin your life.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing.
And obviously there's a give and take, please. Like, don't fucking apply this to, like, I have crippling depression, I'm in the hospital for it. Like, obviously I'm not saying, like, just think better.
Everyone has their own separate individual case,
Exactly. There's nuance to everything. You can't just apply it. You can't just, like, expect to go outside to fix it. But man, it's like an amalgamation of things. I feel like you can't really fix, like, mental health overnight. It's something you have to apply constantly and, like, remind yourself and practice it and go out and do it.
Yep.
It's very hard to just, like, get the information and then just sit with it, because that doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, and understand that, like, everything's developing. Like, what makes you happy one day is not going to make you as happy. You need to consistently be finding new avenues, new things that bring light into your life.
It's the balance thing I was talking about with moderation. If you if you go too hard into one thing, even if you love the fuck out of it, like at some point you're probably gonna burn yourself out if you don't have other things you enjoy.
Very real.
Because you
Very real.
dump your everything into this thing, and then one day you're like, man, I'm kind of tired of this. Like, what do I do now? And then that's when that depressive fit comes in because you don't have anything productive to put your time into, you know? So you feel bad about, oh, I've just been playing games, or I've just been sitting down reading or something. Like, I need to do something else. Like, having another avenue is so important, like whether it be fitness or like even taking your mental health, like taking care of yourself is fucking another thing to do. Like, just not doing anything and just surfing Twitter all day and getting mad about dumb shit. Like, that's not helping anybody.
And truth be told, I mean, some of us, I'm one of those individuals. When I hit those low points, sometimes like I feel like I masochistically like almost feel like I either deserve it or I like going back to masochism, like enjoy it.
We all self-annihilate in our own ways, right?
Yeah,
and enjoy it probably
so
too, because
strange.
it's almost a form of comfort because it's so normal. Of like, when this trauma happens, I assume my role as the passive acceptor, and so it's almost comforting because routine is comforting. So that's why in torture scenarios, they repetition is never an option, because like you can get used to things and you can relax yourself and get used to the rhythm of it. But what they do is they'll torture you in sporadic and unpredictable patterns so that you can never adjust to it, and that's so fucked up. But it's also
Keep
applies
you in
to
your
the
place.
It applies to your psychology to day as well.
Yeah.
Just on a less extreme level, you know.
Yeah, listen, everyone. We're always developing. Just be aware of it. Just be aware of what makes you miserable. What
Be
makes
honest
you happy.
about it. People aren't honest.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest issue. Is just to talk. Like, you should be able to just talk with a homie about this shit, and like, if they're weird about it, like, be like, dude, like, let's be real, dog. Like, it doesn't need to be so like, bro, let's get deep and fucking smoke some mushrooms.
Yeah, smoke.
But you can be introspective with your homies, and a lot of your
Yeah.
homies will probably fucking want that secretly too, and just have a hard time talking about it.
Yeah, a lot of us have that problem. It gets better with age. I will say that.
This is a good question from our boy Chifuru Kifu. He says, how have your guys' personal inspirations as musicians evolved throughout your entirety of being musicians? Example, what or who inspired you to pick up your instrument compared to inspirations now and everything in between? Justin, thoughts?
So that shit is also changing pretty drastically for me. I hit a point over the pandemic, and I think everyone kind of just...
Plandemic.
I think everyone just kind of had like a completely like shift with everything due to the world essentially ending. I kind of I fell out of love with heavy music for a while. I was going to shows a lot right before it all hit, and I just kind of hit this point where I was just like, everything feels the same to me.
It's desensitized to it,
Yeah.
It lost its glimmer and glamour.
Yeah, so I mean recently I rap is kind of really just kind of given me
that outlet.
It's given me that inspiration.
Dude,
for something.
it makes like R&B and like uppity beats and stuff too. They get me like moving. Like, there's something about it, like just like dancing and moving, getting like, it's kind of exciting, I feel like there's really something, like, you see that in movies when you're a kid and you're just like, oh, that doesn't really mean anything to me. I don't really understand that. But like, you get older and you're like, man, there is a different way to experience rhythms and musics and stuff, and like,
absolutely,
I think a way to do that is by physically, like, that's why people listen to music when they work out. Like, it's like gets you physically moving to that type of it, gets you amped,
Yeah.
Hardcore dancing even is like another great example of it.
For me, I had to look back. I had to remind myself what initially made me develop my love for an appreciation for music from the get-go. And that was just like me being like a smelly, dirty emo kid, going to local shows. That's what made me fall in love with it. And recently, like,
smelly emo,
not just like going back and listening to the stuff that like I grew up on, but like they're like the new generation of kids that I see doing their shit, like hyperpop right now. A lot of people don't fuck with hyperpop, and I get that.
Emo.
I get that. It's a new thing, and you're an elitist or whatever, and you don't want.
But the same thing to like emo shit back then. It's the same. It's just a generational gap.
Exactly.
It's the same culture, but it's just different type of music, and it's funny too, dude. There was literally memes, like, I remember them back and when Nicki Minaj was like her, back when she was doing the Roman, like, that era, when she had like that weird alter ego for a little bit. I remember the memes, bro, where people were like, it was like us grown up, and their kid was like some weird like e-slut, and she'd be like, man, remember when Nicki Minaj was putting out music? Like those were the good days. And she's like listening to some, it like sounds like hyperpop. It's like some robot like fucking music where it's just like.
Don't ever let anyone tell you what you should and shouldn't like.
Dude, no, dude, hyperpop's fun. Like I don't seek it out, but when you play it, I'm like. It's fun, dude. It's like eating a little piece of candy. Like it's a nice little treat.
Dude, yeah, I don't know. It kind of, it lifts my spirits up a little bit. Two, it's emo,
my
man.
God.
It's just emo now.
This is something I've been waiting to talk about publicly. Of like, I fucking do not listen to ballads at all. That is just something I've never fucked with. I've just never been into ballads, and I think it's because I've never listened to music to like feel that type of like sad. I feel like ballads are like very like for mourning, you know, like very remorseful type of sadness versus like I wanted sadness through relatability and depth in like an artistic way, like Linkin Park, you know, like those types of funny or something, or like just this sounds cool. But like dude, ballads like, and also my sister only listened to ballads when I was growing up, and so that probably has some sort of contribution as to why I just can't stand listening to them. Yeah, because it's all she would listen to, and she'd sing along to them all quiet. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. This already is bad enough. I have to listen to this.
Dude, yeah. Like,
ballads bore me, dude.
Speaking of ballads, would Bad Wolves fall into that category?
Oh, definitely. They make me snooze.
I saw something earlier today about
They're great. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, most of the time, people that sing ballads sing it because they have fantastic voices.
Yeah.
But
if you got a good voice,
puts me to sleep, man.
Yeah.
It's a personal thing.
Yeah, and I think that just goes back to, like, some people just seek out, you know, that type of shit for whatever reason.
I get it.
Yeah.
It makes you feel, you know, but I already feel. Like, I don't need a thing to make me feel, if that makes, like...
I would argue that people like you and us, we kind of feel a little more... yeah, all five of us in this room right now.
Hands to the red moon up there.
I would argue that people like us, we're much more sensitive, we're much more emotional, and we don't need that fucking white bread shit. We seek out much more exquisite cuisine.
Yeah, it was something a little more like intellectually challenging, I guess. Which there's no way to say that without sounding like a fucking snob. I get it. But it's like why do people do Sudoku puzzles, right?
Yeah.
Why do people do Rubik's cubes? Because it's a challenge. It feels nice when you complete it, right?
Why don't you just work your 9 to 5 and drink your beer like everyone else?
You shut the fuck up, Mountain Dew Livewire, you piece of shit. Yeah, Jackie, the Talismans. You ever watch that show?
Wait, Jackie Chan
the
Adventures?
Animated, Jackie Chan Adventures. You ever watch that?
Yeah, I love that
show. The grandpa would go, Jackie,
more thing!
Yeah, one more thing, Jackie. The talisman of the goat will fuck you in the ass, Jackie Chan. Do not disappoint my daughter.
I love Jackie Chan Adventures.
That show was awesome. It went on for 5 seasons. Did you know that?
5 seasons?
Isn't that wild?
What in the heck?
I love that, dude. Jackie Chan literally kicking the ass of demons, bro. That shit's awesome. Dude. Through the power of kung fu, he whooped demon ass. That's awesome.
Dude, yeah, that's gonna be a sad day when he dies.
His little fucking kid, Jade. He's like healthy though. He'll be good for a grip.
Oh yeah. Oh, hopefully. I mean, he's one of. I mean, athletes. Any athlete. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger just recently had a heart transplant.
Yeah, but that's understandable. He lifted like heavy shit and
that shit
took things he shouldn't have taken. Jackie Chan's like an athlete, like that didn't have concussions, right? Like he didn't need to take like CAT scans constantly. He rarely got hurt. Right. He was such a professional that like when he got hurt, it was a big deal because it didn't happen often. There's like 2 big instances, and I couldn't name more than that. Like there's one where he tries to jump through a window, and he was given the order to jump through the first window, and it was supposed to be the second one that was the dummy one, and he jumped through a real window, and it cut the shit out of him.
Oh my god.
And then the other one was he was doing this crazy ladder stunt where he was using the ladder like in a fight, and it fucking blasted him in the shin and just fucking annihilated his leg.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Fuck.
He's a badass.
Yo,
have you seen the Karate Kid remake? When Jackie Chan
it's
is
already
like,
out?
The old one, the one with Jaden Smith when he's like 10.
Oh, fuck, yeah, I guess.
And Jackie Chan like kicks the shit out of those kids. I completely
didn't
forgot.
watch it.
When I was younger, I forgot that happens in that movie. But Jackie Chan's like a 50-year-old man, and he's a
beats up
janitor, and there's like a bunch of
children.
there's like 10 to 12-year-olds, and there's probably 6 of them, and he literally whoops their ass. he punches them and shit. It's really funny.
Dude, that's fucking hilarious.
We need more scenes like that where some like a pompous kid just gets the shit kicked out of him. By
More
an adult.
adults beating up children. Yeah.
There's a great scene like that in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where these kids like stole their bike a long time ago, and they're just like having the worst day, and they see the kids, and they're like, you know what? You down? He's like, yeah. And they just go beat the fuck out of those little kid bullies. It was so funny.
Dude.
Like throw him across a car and shit, and like fucking sucker punches him. Shit's hilarious.
Yo, we got any more questions?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Let's hit a few more questions, and then we'll probably be wrapping up tonight's show. We've been going for a little bit.
I didn't, bro.
Let me read a couple here real quick. Well, Smokey just says, yes, thank you. I've been waiting forever. So thanks,
You're welcome.
Smokey.
You're welcome,
We
Smokey.
appreciate your elongated support, homie. The Zest, our boy Zesty. This is the third time he's come up in this conversation. We say it 2 more times, he's gonna
a
appear and
popular
kill
guest.
us.
Yeah, you better fucking show up, homie. You
He
fucking
says,
coward.
what are an artist's responsibility to their audience, to themselves even? Where is the dividing line between artist and public figure? How do you want to be remembered as a person to those close to you, and also as an artist/public figure?
I've kind of hit this point in regards to making art and feeling like, because for a while I felt like I did kind of need to be something for an audience.
Mm-hmm.
And the longer I've been doing this shit, the more I've realized that people are looking for like genuity. People want to know like what you actually think. People want to know like what the world is really like.
Yeah, they like genuine shit.
We now live in a society. We live in a society that. So fucking good. Everything is so like fabricated now, you know? And I think everyone is like low-key kind of aware of it, but everyone's also like the artists in general, people that, you know, need to survive, people that have really expensive houses because of the shit that they do, like they're afraid of that going away, and rightfully so. And what if like your career was just stripped from you?
What if John Wick broke into your house and killed your whole family?
Yeah, I follow personally like a different alternative avenue in that regard. If I ever was like filthy fucking rich from the shit that I did, I would hope that at the end of the day, people just knew that like I use art not to be famous, not to be anybody sick or be anybody cool,
Dude, yeah, I'd
but
probably
to
open,
deal
like, a
with my
venue if I was
fucking
rich.
demons, man.
Straight
Like,
up, yeah.
if I wasn't doing
It's
this
our
shit,
outlet, yeah.
yeah,
That's why
absolutely.
when you meet a lot of these deathcore dudes and they're nice and you're like, what the fuck? It's because that's their outlet. Like Darius, I hear him all the time. People talk about him all the time, how nice he is, and it's like he's got some of those violent, aggressive "fuck you" lyrics ever, and he's one of the sweetest dudes
yeah.
because he gets it all out in the music. Like,
Yeah.
he it's leave it on the cutting room floor type of shit. Very
Yeah.
sick.
It is a weird.
Stays on the court.
It is a weird line to walk, because at some point, like, you break all this shit down, especially like deathcore or anything aggressive or anything that's very like hyper masculine or something like that. Like people want
Hyperpop.
people want you to validate their own like masculinity or toughness or.
Well, yeah, because
you
everyone
know,
wants to be a part of something. Like everyone wants to be like in a thing. Like we have such a proclivity to like name and group things together. So like if you're not in a group, you're like, I'm a weakling. I'm gonna get fucking killed or left alone.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like that's a way that people test the waters with other people. Like I don't want to be the odd man out here that doesn't like the thing that everyone likes, and the guy that likes the thing nobody likes.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they always test the waters and they go, have you heard this new band Caligula Dance Party? And they're like,
it's funny
No.
bringing it up.
no, I haven't. They're like, oh yeah, like, me neither actually. Like, but like, you should check it out. Like, maybe it's good.
Yeah, that
And then-
mindless, just like
and then
well,
it plays,
follow,
and you're
yeah.
like staring at them like, they like it, and then it ends, and they're like, that was kind of cringe, huh? And you're like, yeah, I didn't like it either.
Yeah,
You're like waiting for the decision to know if you should like it or not.
I hit this point, and I think this happens with most people, and maybe not. Maybe
Moist people.
Moist people specifically.
It's our new race of people.
When I look at an artist now, like truthfully, with
It's
where
on,
I am at,
It's on anyoneeup.com. It's the only time you look at an artist now.
dude, I have to like, if I was in a bar with you, with that artist, having a beer, I'd have to have that real moment in my head and be like, yo, is this guy like legitimately cool, or is he just like, is this like, am I just getting fucking, is this a trick?
Are you selling me a car right now, homie?
Homie, like, I'm not, like, if you're not, like, actually sick in real life, like, why would I even want to fuck with your music to begin with? I'm just being...
Oh, that reality, I get it.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, well, that's why they say never meet your idols type of shit.
Yep.
Because a lot of people just are phonies.
My dreams were crushed long ago.
It's easy to have a social image, but it's one thing to be who you actually are.
Yeah.
And that's why Joe Rogan has such a split, because before it was like, yeah, that guy that's got the interesting guest, and now everyone knows everything about Joe Rogan. So it's like you're either an intellectual who's on the Rogan side that watches Rick and Pickle, or you're a dumb fuck that has no patience for, ingenuity.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's Elk Boy. It's Elk Boy.
Where do you lean on this question?
What was the question? I forgot.
Zesty was asking about...
Oh, yeah, the responsibility of an artist.
Yeah.
I think for a public figure that there's more of an argument to be had that it's more of their responsibility, because that's like if SpongeBob was like, go harass the government. Like, okay, maybe we should have like some responsibility for SpongeBob. He can't just be saying that type of shit.
Yeah.
But
obviously.
when you're an artist and you're writing what your life is like, or what traumas or sufferings you've been through, that to me should be like, that should fall on like the parents or the guardian of like, if your kid is hearing a YouTuber or a band and like shaping their whole life off of it, that is probably because of a lack of fundamental parenting.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of that falls on the owner of the kids that are consuming this content, to let them know, like, we live in such a society where people, we think of the children, like people's marriages stay together for kids, even though they fucking hate each other and got married too young, and like realize that they don't even click at all, and they're just lying to each other for the kids, which sends a horrible message to the kids once they find out, like, oh, you guys just pretended to love each other for those years. No wonder you guys were mad at me all the time. So I feel like there's a lot of parenting that is just not honest with kids, and I don't think that they're told or even talked to really like they're a person, from when they're 5 to when they're 17, they are not treated like they even understand the English language. Like, just listen to what I say. I'm your elder. Like,
I always hated being told I was a kid or something.
Right, and you're like, I have a legitimate question and concern, and they're like, no, I'm the adult. And I'm like, I understand your hierarchy, but can you please just like elaborate on why this punishment is so harsh, or like you're not being reasonable? And you're like, oh, you're grounded because you talk back. Like, what does that even mean?
For someone who possesses so much logic, you sure are illogical.
Sure, cringe. So and then the public figure thing, that's a good question about like, how do you want to be remembered publicly versus to those in your circle that like your loved ones and shit. That's an interesting I don't know, I guess more so like question about your morality in general, right? Like, some people have the image of being like this good, hardworking person, but deep down they're a depraved individual that maybe the world will never know. So is it a good thing to be your true self, like, versus the image you leave? And does that even mean anything? Like, if it's just the big nothing, you could be a lying piece of shit.
Nothing.
You could be a lying piece of shit, horrible person, or you could be the best person in the world. But if you both die at the same time, it's the same result, right? Like, so that, I think then it becomes if regret really affects you, like, that's a morality question. Like, could you do something heinous and go to sleep with that knowledge that you fucked somebody over?
I think most people are truthfully not aware of that. And that brings me to another question, kind of piggybacking off of what you just said. Do you think...
Somebody say piggyback?
Yo, I had pigs growing up. They were tight.
Nice.
But
Shout out pigs.
shout out pig.
Oink, oink.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. So there is good in every person out there, right? Everyone has the
debatable.
potential to be good.
Okay, I like that better.
Yes. The potential.
Yeah.
But going with that sentiment, everyone kind of, I think, assumes that they're following that self-righteous path.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think right now where we as a civilization stand, do you think more people are on that positive side, the good side of just being a genuine good person? Or do you think like the world itself kind of tends to lean towards like a more like pessimistic, like the world should cater to me kind of mentality, like they, almost as if they play the unconscious like supervillain within the world, you know?
I feel like those two perspectives go hand in hand on accident, honestly. Like where, like the person you could be talking about of like, oh, I just want good in the world and I want to help people.
Yeah.
And like their husband's cheating on them and they're fine with it because he's rich. And if they talk back, she'll get beat and then he'll leave her.
Yeah.
Like there's like that type of relationship. Like obviously there's an exception to rules. Like I'm not pigeonholing the world, but there's a lot of like pseudo positivity where I think that people that try to spread genuine change aren't like on the rooftop being like, look at my poem I wrote that will fix your heart.
Yeah.
Like they're on the front lines. Like they're the people that are, codependently sacrificing the shirt off their back for somebody that has no respect for them at all. Like that happens so often where somebody's just putting up with shit from this person that has no empathy because they have too much empathy. Like that's the person that's silently suffering and understands like the ins and outs of like giving to others versus like there's so much pseudo like be positive and beat it, like force it, but it's like, do you even know what it takes to be like the skills to apply being happy day to day, or like what that even looks like? Like, are you just saying some shit because you think you're supposed to say it? Like, if I say this, no one will look at me. Like, I got it all together, guys. Please don't look at me. And then immediately fucking like, I'm not okay. Like, I actually need 10 mental health days. Like, weren't you the one posting about like all that crazy positivity like a week ago? And now you're fucking
what is
crumbling.
What is
it's because
that?
it's a fallacy. It's not real. It's a front. That's the whole point. That's what social media is for. It's so you can lie to your friends. Because it's hard to lie to them in person.
I was thinking about this the other day, and not to say that we are perfect people ourselves, but
no, definitely not. I'm not excluded from any of this, obviously.
But like looking at that good in every single
pain.
person that's out there, even like the simpletons or something like that. I think
he was being nice. I'm the simpleton. You didn't want to call me
big oof.
Call me an ogre. There you disrespect me in my own.
No, but I really think like growing up, the way that we did, truthfully, I think
rocks at cars that didn't deserve it, that type of shit.
Well, just kids trying to like figure out the world for the way it actually is. People like us, our parents were either there or they just fucking weren't.
Yeah, we had to learn things by doing it with our hands, like going outside and being like, hey, I'm gonna throw rocks at this propane tank. I don't know if that has any repercussions. And then some crackhead comes out and goes, don't!
Yeah.
Don't do that! That's gonna explode!
Yeah. So like
whoa.
Going back to like
I think I just learned a lesson.
the good in everyone, the potential for it.
Okay, skillet.
It's like I grew up around like all these people. There's some people out there that
Many walks of life.
they'll say the most ignorant shit ever, and I can't help but scoff and go like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you fucking said that." But at the
then
same
they
time,
also have an intense sense of family and community.
yeah, something
Is that
really
scary?
beautiful, right?
Yeah, dude. There's a great series from a couple years ago where this guy, this mixed race man, goes around and he interviews like the KKK and like talks to them, and like by the end of it, they're like palling it up. They're like homies and shit. And you just in that moment are like, it's just literally just because you were told to be racist as a kid, like, and it became your entire life. It's the same thing with like religion or like whatever your ideology is. If you learned it from your parents, it's like ingrained. It's indentured fucking racism. Or like they're just racist and they don't even know why. And he's like, why do you hate black people? And he's like, because you're all bad. And he's like, have I been bad to you? And he's like, no. Have I been disrespectful? He's like, no, you've been very cordial. It's like, okay, so like, do you hate me? And he's like, yes. Do you want me dead? I would prefer that. Why? because you're a black man. Like, okay, but you enjoy my company? Yes, you've been very pleasant.
Yeah,
I'm like tapering into Ben Shapiro, like a lower register. Yes, I would quite enjoy that. The tilapia you ordered me this morning was quite delicious.
Dude, that kind of guy, though, like, you know, at some point he just goes home and he has a few fucking drinks and he just realizes, like, oh my God, you know, it's like...
Is my whole life wrong?
Yeah, it's like realizing God's not real or something, you know? You have that epiphany and you're just like, oh my God, I think I fell into a weird, like, eclectic cult that just kind of, like, made me think a specific
Was I
way.
groomed into thinking this way?
Yeah, and I mean, that should be everywhere. Like, even, like, there's, like, good positive ones. Like, I look at myself. I've been vegan for 4 years now. You know, I subscribe to the vegan ideology. That's a real fucking thing, homie. Mm-hmm. We all subscribe to some type of, like, culture or something. And it's not always a bad thing, but, like, be aware of your hypocrisy, homie. Like, straight up, like, just be aware that everyone has some potential. Yes, there's evil people out there. Don't be a fucking asshole. Don't be a
straight
fucking
straight up, Justin. Good point. Yeah, if there's one sentiment I could end on to really, you know, wrap this up nicely, is I think I've quoted it before, but man, I just want to keep telling it until everyone knows it. Is the quote of "No one raindrop likes to think they caused the flood," and that is such a like. Everyone likes to think that everyone else is the problem. The world's out to get them. Maybe it's you, dog. Maybe it's you.
You think it's me?
Just like everyone else, you know, like you as an individual, like you, Justin Peterson.
I think it's me. I think I'm the problem.
Justin's the problem for everyone's issues. Justin is actually the root cause.
I'm sorry.
This is the part where his skin falls off and he reveals that he is Pazuzu, the ancient demon.
Yo, y'all, it's been a fucking great show. We're gonna end this fucking shit. Any last words, Avi, before we get the heck out of here? Yeah,
I got last words. Pulls out his pistol.
Yep, we're getting there. We're getting there.
This is the final podcast.
Don't
Austin.
you fucking tempt me.
Any final words? Yeah, go see The Night House. Support art. Do your research on topics you're interested in, and pursue more interests. Open your horizons. I feel like a lot of people I've been talking to lately, they're very one note, like what Justin was saying earlier about getting another avenue. Yeah, that's really important. If you just limit yourself to one genre, one thing, it's gonna get stale eventually. Like, you can only love the fuck out of that. Like, you're gonna, like, what do you do in your downtime when you're not doing that? Like, get a hobby, get a game, get something else that you can put your time into that makes you happy as well, because that shit is important for longevity.
Yeah.
Longevity.
Longevity. All right, y'all, it's been a fucking fascinating night.
Magnum cum laude.
We are gonna get the heck out of here. I am not tired in the slightest, but I'm probably gonna smoke until I am. So I'm gonna
make a cup of noodle.
Oh, dude, I fucking love ramen.
Warm broth on my throat right now. So baller.
I'm so glad I haven't rediscovered my passion for cheap ramen noodles, because it's coming. Mm-hmm. It's coming.
Dude, I tried to make a sous vide egg earlier, and it was fucking awful.
Awful?
The boiling water fell into the egg and ruined it.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for listening.
Ruined.
It's been a fucking pleasure. It's me, your boy Jebby. I'm gonna get out of here. Abby, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do now?
Me? I was thinking about inciting the ancient cantations of the Croatian people.
Go on.
Croatoa. Croatoa.
Croatoa. All right, everyone. Peace out. Bye.